Hello everyone, I'm Rochelle Chernowski, and this is Shell Point Today for Monday, August 25th. On today's show, we're going to have a back-to-school story with resident Bill Lanpher, who served as chairman of the board of the Evangelical Christian School of Fort Myers. We'll get a new recipe from Ruth Deuber's What's Cooking Kitchen, this time with the help of her daughter. And we'll have a real review with Wharton about tonight's showing of the Alfred Hitchcock feature film, Lifeboat. But first, we want to remind you that the Promenade Cafe reopens today. You might keep this in mind since the Crystal Room will be closed tomorrow and Wednesday. Another closing to be aware of is the Shell Point Library. Now, you will still be able to get whatever you need in the morning, but the library will be closed afternoons all this week. This will allow the library staff to be trained on a new system they now have, so they will be able to serve you even better. Again, the library will be closed every afternoon this week, but will be open mornings. The hours will be back to normal a week from today, Monday, September 1st. Do you ever think that you have way too many books, DVDs, purses, jewelry, or other treasures that you just don't know what to do with anymore? Well, now you have a chance to exchange any of those items for something different. Tomorrow is the day for Buried Treasure Bingo. Each person will be required to bring at least one item to donate to the prize chest in order to play the wonderful game of bingo. Everyone will have a fair chance to win, so bring along a treasure to trade and come to the Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Well, last week was the first week of school for Fort Myers students. So this week we're featuring some stories about school days. I don't know about you, but I'm actually pretty glad I don't have to go back to school, to be honest. But remembering the fun times of those long ago days can stir up some nostalgia. Oakmont resident Bill Lanpher has had a lot of experience with school days. He served as a university president and, after moving here to Shell Point, served for years on the board of Evangelical Christian School. Bill was honored by the school for his service after retiring from his tenure as chairman of the board. A few years ago, we visited ECS to learn about the distinctives of this Fort Myers institution.
Don't know much about history, don't know much biology, don't know much about a science book, don't know much about the French I took, but I do know that I love you, and I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world is this.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
It's the first rite of fall, but this year, when the school bells rang, the students of Evangelical Christian School were not the only ones heading back to class. Dr. Bill Lanpher, a resident of Oakmont and former president of Trinity College, also headed back to school, this time as the newly elected chairman of the board. Jim Stedke, the principal of the junior and senior high school at ECS, is looking forward to Bill's role as the chairman.
Well, I'm excited about Dr. Lanpher being the chairman of the board. He's a very hands-on person, and he doesn't take a responsibility lightly. So he's already done a lot of inquiring and investigating, and I'm excited about the fact that he will be very actively involved in a hands-on in improving the school. It will be of great help having been the president of 2 colleges and knowing what colleges want in high school students.
Evangelical Christian School was established more than 30 years ago and is located just off US 41, slightly south of Pagefield Airport. The school is comprised of a daycare and nursery school for children ages 4 months to 3 years old, a preschool and kindergarten for 4 and 5-year-olds, elementary school for grades 1st through 6th, junior high for grades 7th and 8th, and high school for grades 9th through 12th. The student body is comprised of more than 1,200 students. The school is known for its high scholastic standards.
We offer math all the way from Algebra 1 all the way through calculus, and science with the biology and chemistry and physics. We also offer some advanced placement courses. Some new courses that we're offering that we're excited about is we have a forensic science course this year. Also, we have a robotics computer programming class that we're excited about.
According to Dr. John Hunt, a graduate of the school and current headmaster, ECS stands firm on its Christian principles.
anything done for Christ should be done with excellence for the best, just because it is a testimony in the community. And I think the key part of that are having the right people here. And I feel one of the things that makes ECS such a special place are the people here.
For Dr. Hunt, having a Shell Point resident as the chairman of the ECS school board brings a mature stability and the wisdom of experience to their decision-making process.
I came to the school about 7 years ago as a board member. I've been involved in education for over 20 years now, and 20 of those years have been in college work.
Dr. Lanpher has been in the field of education and administration his entire life, and this assignment brings him full circle.
The chairman of the board at ECS has the responsibility of setting the agenda for the board meetings and bringing to light things that the board should be meeting and satisfying. John and I have been meeting once a month and about an hour and a half conversation about ECS's future and the current activities, current problems that we need to face together.
In addition to monitoring enrollment and the school's financial well-being, the board is responsible for overseeing planning and development for the school's future. Dr. Lanpher has taken great pride and pleasure in participating in the launch of a major new addition to the school's campus.
All the land that we presently need for this new fine arts building is already been obtained and we do own presently. And so that's going to be part of a lot of it parking, and then the building itself that will all be on the other side of the ditch over there. So our plans right now for the fine arts building are designed by our architect. It will be an auditorium that can seat over 1,500 people. It also will have not only that, but rooms for our fine arts to practice, soundproof rooms, which we desperately need on this campus. And not only that, but we'll have our library. We'll have an improved library, computer resources out there that will be there.
Well, this is no small task because this is a project approaching $16 million, and we've already got probably $2 or $3 million in land purchases.
New buildings are not the only area in which the board of directors and faculty focus their attention. Strong academic results will always be critical to student success.
We track them, and the statistics prove that the longer they're here at ECS, the better they do.
Clearly, the students of ECS are receiving an exemplary education right here in Southwest Florida and are being prepared for futures which look very bright indeed. And when it comes to community service and volunteering his time and talents, Shell Point resident Dr. Bill Lanpher is at the head of the class.
A couple of times on Ruth Deuber's What's Cooking show, she has been joined by her son, who shares his mom's love of whipping up tasty meals in the kitchen. This time, Ruth's daughter came to visit and thought she just might be able to show up her brother. In any case, this family knows how to make hungry tummies happy.
Hello, I'm Ruth Deuber, and this is What's Cooking at Shell Point. And this is a special day for me. I have my youngest daughter, Jane, here from California, and she's going to cook with me. And what's really interesting is she is going to make something that I don't particularly like, which is
what a great idea.
Which is different. I think I'm the only person in the world that doesn't like salmon, although I found out that Adam doesn't like it either. So, but so many people do enjoy salmon, and I was able to get some Kita salmon
Yes.
At Publix early this morning. They didn't even have the cases filled, so it's nice and fresh.
It's nice and fresh, and it's so good for you.
I know it is.
You know, in California, we really try and make sure what we're putting in our bodies is really fueling us. So lots of omegas, lots of great things for you. So, we're going to fix something really healthy and delicious, and we're going to have fun doing it.
Alrighty, okay.
So shall we begin?
This
is so crazy because she's allowing me the freedom to be in the kitchen, but in our house, Mama's the queen of the kitchen. So we'll start with just a beautiful piece of salmon. Look at that. And we need to make sure that it's just enough for portion size. And so we're going to actually cut this in half. Let's see here. And about a half. This will be like one bigger one, one little one. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually put it in aluminum foil. We're going to bake it, and the reason this is important is because it allows the fish to stay nice and moist, has all the great juices while it's cooking. We're going to put it in the oven. Sometimes in California, though, I actually put it in the grill. So
Well,
there's
that
a couple
can happen
different
at
ways.
Shell Point.
And I keep it really very simple. So I use just a little bit of salt and pepper, not too much because we don't need too much salt. This is sea salt that's been ground immediately, and then we have pepper. And I love the fact that
Do you want to use a lemon pepper, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're going to do a little bit of the pepper too, just to
Okay.
make it spicy. I know sometimes you like it a little less spicy, but you get to do whatever it is you want to do with this. It's impossible to mess this up. And then Mom has some lemon pepper blend. So this has got a little bit of lemon zest.
And there's only a little bit left.
I know, you've been using it a lot. I could tell.
I know,
your
I
favorite was.
I do,
Let's
yeah.
see if we can get some. There we go.
There.
So the cool thing is I like foolproof cooking.
Slices.
So we're going to do the lemon slices, and actually this is what keeps it moist when you're cooking. So we have just a couple here. It's so fun. Everything's all laid out. I wish this was like home. I wish this is how it was every night at home, right?
Yeah,
This
okay.
one? Okay. So what we're doing is we're gonna actually take this and we're gonna fold it over, and the idea is to have it so that it's super, super tight. We're keeping the steam inside, so as it's baking, it actually makes the fish super moist, keeps all the flavors inside. There's a super easy cleanup, actually, because you don't have to clean a pot, you don't have to clean a dish, you just throw it away once you're done. So there you are, voila.
As far as what you put on the salmon, you can put some capers on it. You can
right.
slice some tomatoes on it, and just about anything you really want, and that works well.
We're gonna make a special sauce, right, today?
Yes. Oh, she has her own vinaigrette that is just really delicious. You want
Yeah.
to put that in the oven? It's on
Okay.
and ready.
Perfect. There we go.
Tea.
Now, I didn't even know I was going to be on the show, but I actually travel with something called a magic bullet. And this is a really super cool tool that I travel a lot and I try and eat healthy. And so this is what I bring with me. So we have lemon juice, and the lemon juice is freshly squeezed, and that's about 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And so we're going to put that in first. Super yummy, and this can go on anything, any kind of fish. We also put it on chicken. Next we're going to put some garlic. This is about 2 cloves of garlic. And Mom and I were talking, sometimes you can use the kind of garlic that's already chopped up and in a jar, and I like to use that sometimes when I'm in a hurry when I'm cooking with the actual garlic. But if I'm going to use it in a sauce that doesn't get cooked, I like to use the fresh garlic because it has a different flavor to it. This is lemon zest, so make sure you wash your lemons before you do the zesting. That's about 2 teaspoons of the lemon zest. And then we have cilantro. And anything that's dark green is really healthy for you. So this is a sauce that turns out to be not only delicious, but it's super good for you because it has the cilantro in there. And then lastly, some really good extra virgin olive oil. Mom uses a nice clean light olive oil in there. So we're gonna pour that all in, and then with this groovy little thing,
You're going to do a little more salt and pepper?
Should we do a
And
little
that-
more?
Well, it's on your
Okay.
recipe.
Oh. That's right. Mom always follows the recipe. That's why she cooks so well. Okay, how's that, Mama?
That's okay.
Okay,
Pretty
good,
Try a
good.
little bit of salt.
It was funny, I have to tell you, in preparation today, Mom was actually asking me about how big the foil should be, and at one point I just had to laugh because I've learned from her my whole life, so the fact that she was asking me this morning was pretty cute. So with this little handy device, you simply just take the blender part and you scroll it on the top here. You're going to shake it up a little bit to get everything going, and you're going to, there we go. Give it a little shake. There you go. All done. Isn't that fun?
That's amazing.
Now, I usually do smoothies and things. I'm not used to having garlic and cilantro and
We better
all
wash
in
that
here.
pretty well
That's
before
right,
you take
that's
it.
right. So I think we're going to just pour it in here. And so what we'll do, Mom, is as the fish is done, we'll be able then to just spoon that on top of it. It's light. It's delicious. Good for you.
It looks
What
really
else can you
pretty,
ask
yeah.
for?
So these have come out of the oven,
Yay.
ready to unveil what's inside.
Yeah, it's like a package, a surprise package. We hope it's a good surprise, right?
We hope. Yeah.
Look at that. You can see the steam rising out, which means it's nice and juicy. Just enough spices. Do a little sauce. Let's put this over here. Look at that. Yummy. I guess I'm going to have to be tasting this, Mom, huh? Lots of lemon sauce. If I was super talented, I would do something fancy with the dish, but we're just going to put it on the fish. Bit of lemon zest.
I've always loved Stouffer's mac and cheese, but it comes in a big package. I found in the freezer department these little cups, and it takes about 3 minutes in the microwave.
Yay.
And you get your mac and chease fix.
That's comfort food, right?
It's comfort food.
Oh my gosh. I promise you it's delicious even if she doesn't try it. Okay, we're gonna take a little piece here. Get a little extra sauce here because I'm a sauce girl. Here it goes.
You loving that?
Mom, you don't know what you're missing.
Okay.
I'm telling
all right.
you.
I'll put it up on the website anyway, so you all can try it.
Thank you so much. It was
Yeah.
fun to cook with
Thank
you,
you,
Mama.
Janie. Bye-bye.
Yay.
After a good meal, why not head over to the Manatee Room at 6:45 tonight to enjoy a good movie? You'll be thankful for that full tummy after seeing what the characters in tonight's feature have to deal with. Ann Wharton is here to tell us about Alfred Hitchcock's Lifeboat.
Hello again. I'm Ann Wharton, and welcome to Real Review. For Monday's movie, we will be showing the 1944 film Lifeboat. It was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. When Alfred Hitchcock came up with the idea for the film, he asked John Steinbeck to write the script. In today's news, we hear about the shooting down of civilian planes. This awful deed has been going on for a long time, such as in May of 1915, when a German submarine torpedoed a British ocean liner, the Lusitania. Nearly 1,200 passengers, including 128 Americans, died in the German attack. The opening scene of the film shows us the devastation, and then the camera stops and lets us see a woman all alone sitting in a lifeboat. She has a camera and a typewriter and is wearing a fur coat. Her name is Connie Porter. She is a famous journalist. Tallulah Bankhead plays this journalist. Then a survivor from this attack enters the boat. His name is John Kovac. He has escaped from the ship's engine room. He is played by John Hodiak. Then a third passenger, Sparks from the radio room, comes aboard. He is played by Hume Cronin. The fourth person to clamor for the lifeboat is Gus Smith. The fifth passenger struggling to get into the lifeboat is the wealthy industrialist Wittenhouse. Then a woman appears, and she is reaching for help into the lifeboat. Her name is Alice, and she was a nurse on the fallen ship. Then Joe, an African American who was the ship's steward, cries out for help. He has rescued a woman and her baby. Everyone on the lifeboat helps Joe, the woman, and the baby into the boat. And then, out of nowhere, comes a German named Willie begging to be pulled aboard. All on board the lifeboat debate over whether or not the German should be allowed to drown, or should they help him. Only John Kovac demands that the German be allowed to drown. All of the other occupants of the boat feel that Willie should be given prisoner of war status, and so he is pulled into the lifeboat. As usual, Alfred Hitchcock has his cameo scene, which appears 24 minutes into the film. The movie Lifeboat will be shown one time on Monday, August 25th at 6:45. Tonight's location will be in the Manatee Room on the island. Please note this change of location. While in the Manatee Room, be sure to get your soda and popcorn and enjoy this dramatic film. See you all at the movies.
Now it's time to cover all of Monday's happenings, menus, and Village Church connections. Right after this word from David Howenstein with a preview of his radio show, Listening to the Words.
Something for everybody. could be the theme of this week's Listening to the Words program. First, I was contacted by a Southwest Florida writer who wanted to know what happened to his prize-winning story about how his dad finally found the part that would make his '56 Ford Coupe competitive. Then Carol Ann Orms of Shell Point was curious about what happened to her alligator capture story. Then a friend was asking about her ode to her orange cat. So I collected all those and threw in Shell Pointer Pat Webster's look back at girdles and garters. Then I saw it was time to read a thoughtful poem by Joy Ellen Ryan of Shell Point. I'm David Howenstein, reminding you all that and more is yours by tuning to Shell Point Channel 12 any day this week.
I'm Mary Franklin here today with Jill Aldrink with your Monday happenings, and it's an exciting day because if you've been craving the Cafe Promenade, it will be open today for breakfast and lunch. Go have a treat down there. We are going to kick things off with a new time for virtual bowling at 8:45 in the Resident Activity Center. At 9 a.m., men's round-robin doubles tennis will be played. And your 9:15 a.m. choices is billiards in the Resident Activity Center and pottery in the studio down in the tunnel. If you belong to the Disciple Men's Study Group, you'll want to be in the game room at 10:30. And that takes us time to 10:45 with table tennis clinic in the Tarpon Room. And at 11:30, a Health Connections program, Agility and Flexibility. If you're signed up, make sure to be in the health club on the island. Jill, we have a great afternoon.
Thanks, Mary. At noon, we're going to start with Mahjong in the Sable Room at the Woodlands, and you have several options for 1:15. Samba, the card game, will be played in the Resident Activity Center, or you can play table tennis down in the Tarpon Room. Also at 1:15, Tone Chimes will be meeting in the Osprey Room on the island. At 1:45, Health Connections Balance and Mobility Training, Level 1, will be meeting in the Health Club. This is currently a closed class. And at 2 o'clock, the Beady-Eyed Bead Club will be meeting in the Oak Room at the Woodlands. 3 o'clock brings us to another Health Connections Pilates Stretch in the Health Club on the island. At 3:30, Health Connections Aqua Agility and Conditioning. That will be held at the LifeQuest Aquatic Center. And don't forget to call and make your reservations for the singles dining at the Crystal. That will be taking place at 5:30. At 6:30 is Duplicate Bridge in the game room at the Woodlands. And we'll finish the evening at 6:45 with movie night in the Manatee Room. That is a room change, so be sure to be there. Well, that concludes our happenings for today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is roast beef with a baked potato and steamed broccoli. The dinner special is All Home Cooking Night for $9.95, and the soup of the day is tomato. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a Meat Lovers Scramble with home fries for $7.25. The dinner special is grilled shrimp with mixed greens, fresh berries, and feta cheese for $8.25, and the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hey, y'all. I'm Karen Chamberlin, and this is Eleanor Perkins, and we're here today to tell you about the Women's Bible Study for this year. We're members of the Women's Bible Study Committee. Eleanor, it seems to be that time again, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It rolls around quicker every year.
It sure does. The name of the study this year is Gideon, Your Weakness, God's Strength, by Priscilla Shirer. And you know, most of the people, we all know the story of Gideon in Judges, but a lot of people don't know who Priscilla Shirer might be. And she is Pastor Tony Evans' daughter.
Yes.
And she's got a very good background. She went to Dallas Theological Seminary and got her degree, her master's degree in biblical studies. But her real extraordinary gift is bringing the depths of Scripture to life.
She has an amazing insight that God has given her to depths of Scripture in Gideon. We all think it's just Gideon and the 300 and the 2 fleeces, and there is so much more that she has brought out in this study that has already blessed me, and I'm just about halfway through skimming over it.
I totally agree. She really makes it an adventure. We're breaking precedent this year too, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Why don't you tell them the difference?
Well, normally we begin our Bible studies in October, and then we have a break through November, December, January. We don't start again until February. And the church this year, we're all eagerly looking forward to seeing what has been done with the renovations. And it's supposed to be done at the beginning of October, but you never know. And so that's one reason we're not beginning in October. But the most important reason is because this study really needs continuity. It needs that 7 weeks. 1 week is built on another week. And that is just really important. So we are going to be starting our Bible study when this year?
We're going to be starting in February, the first Tuesday in February, which is February 3rd, and it will go through March the 17th, the third week in March.
So we do want everybody to mark their calendars, don't we?
Yes.
For February and March.
We're going to be selling the workbooks, the Gideon workbook. It's for those who don't like to do a lot of homework, it's not a lot, and it's very well done. The books are, again, going to be $15 this year, and they will be on sale in the church foyer like they usually are, several weeks prior to the study beginning. So in January, we'll start selling the books. But we hope that the women will mark their calendars right now. Just mark off February and the first 3 weeks in March as to that Tuesday is going to be Bible study.
When you are so outnumbered, so unable to complete that impossible task, so in over your head that you couldn't see the light of day even if you tried, you are exactly where God wants you. When He calls you, He does not call us to do hard stuff. He calls us to do impossible stuff, because what He likes is for us to be in position where on our best day, the 300 of our skill can only get us this far to reaching our destination. What He likes is the 300 of our emotional resources, of our time, of our money can only get us so far, so that we have just placed ourselves in the realm that I like to call God margin. Somebody say God margin. It's the space that exists between your resources and the destination, the goal that God has for your life. We don't like God margin. We like when our skill can get us all the way there. We like when our talent, our money, our time, our resources can take care of that gap. But God likes it when we have a gap in our lives, when we have room, when we have made room for God to be who He is. My friend, you are not the same person that you used to be. And when you're not the same person that you used to be, you have no business going where you used to go, and you don't need everything you thought that you would need.
Well, I hope that all of you will be just as excited as we are once you take the study, and we're looking forward to seeing all of you join us, Eleanor, right,
Yes.
in February.
That's right. Bye-bye.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow when we'll find out how much a cute little dog can do to help kids learn how to read. We'll also learn about sleep apnea from nurse practitioner Dr. Carol Clark and several guest experts. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Monday, August 25th. I'm Rochelle Chernowski, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.